As far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a savage. I've had this line in my head for a few days, maybe more than a week. Obviously, it's a reference to Goodfellas. It's not the actual first line of the film. That would be cool, but it's the first. It's the line everyone remembers. Anyways, we at work, my boss gives us speeches before service sometimes. And the latest speech we received started like this. This generation is a bunch of pussies. That's his language, not mine. Though. And then he went on to say that in multiple ways. They're a bunch of twats, a bunch of cunts. Just to drive home the point that people out there nowadays are weak. That was the point. People in general, and specifically people in my age bracket. And so that was kind of him, to a point, berating us a bit and telling us how we need to step up and be better, us the younger members of the team. But then at the end, after he really, said that quite a few times, a bunch of pussies, a bunch of cunts, a bunch of twats, they're all distracted and this and that, he said, so if all you have to be, if you're a savage, I think that's what he said, if you're a savage, you will run these motherfuckers over. That's what he said. And I would say that that's a good word to encompass what I've always wanted to be. Always believed I could be, but never went, I was never committed enough to be that. And I think, I think a lot of people that want to be that, they want to be the person that is focused on their dream and does what they have to do. And a lot of people say they want that and they don't. They're in my case, they're just losers, but they have aspirations. And a lot of people actually don't even voice this idea. It seems like they're just fine being average. So there's kind of levels to this. But if you're someone who says they want something but doesn't go for it, you're still average. You're striving, you say you're striving to be more, but you're still average. Anyways, recently I saw a video by Alex Hormozy where he talks about how, it's funny, I can't think of the first time I started watching get self-help videos and get better videos, routine, what to do, what you should do at what time, wake up early, take cold showers, blah, blah, blah. I think it was around when I was 14, but that has evolved so much. When I was 14, it was just motivational speakers shouting, being quite, not very specific. But nowadays you have people like Dr. Huberman, I know you have John Peterson, Joe Rogan, and you have a bunch of people who have a very large influence and who will give you so many practical ways of improving your life, things to do, very specific things. They'll talk about your neurology, your physiology, a bunch of stuff you don't understand, but supposedly they'll make you better. And so there's an abundance of videos on YouTube on how to get better, and I have consumed so many. And that video, and Alex Hormozy also has those types of videos, but that video, he talks about kind of the anti-routine and how, by the way, I'm shirtless because it's very hot in my room. Sorry. It's too hot. Actually, no. No way. No, it's not on. I don't know why it's so warm in here, actually. I should know. Why is it so warm? That's a good question. Beats me. He talks about the anti-routine and how something that's even more important than adding all these routines and good habits is subtracting and taking away things. And that comes down to the ability to say no. The ability to say no, right? Not just adding, doing things that you weren't doing before, taking cold showers, waking up early, blah, 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 but saying no to things. And recently I've said yes to some things, like going out with colleagues to get drunk, basically, just and have fun. And for my entire life, I haven't done these things. Not just because I said no, but because I never put myself in a situation where it would even be an option. Because I didn't have a social life at all, so it wasn't even an option. Now that it's an option, I said yes because I'm curious. But it seemed like quite a big waste of time. It was fun, but it's so time consuming. And one thing I'm realizing is that I don't have all the time in the world. It kind of seemed like it at some point, but it doesn't seem like it now. It seems very much like time is running out second by second, and I need to stop wasting it, and I have wasted it. Anyways, don't say I was watching a masterclass by Gary. I've become obsessed with chess recently, since January. A masterclass by Gary Kasparov, chess master. And I noticed he says so much. I watch videos in at least 2 times speed usually. And it's not as noticeable when I slow it down. I was curious, so I just slowed it down. It's not as noticeable but when it's in 2 times speed, he's just saying every 5 seconds. And how do I say this? It's just, I don't really know what to say. I just know I don't want to be someone who says a lot. That's just, I need to be eloquent and fluid in my delivery. So, which is why I'm doing this, obviously. But I remember reading, I remember reading, I think, The Gay Science by Nietzsche. I think it's The Gay Science, I'm not sure. And he talks about, maybe Thus Spoke Zarathustra, how do you pronounce that fucking word? I'm not sure. And he talks about, I think it's reversed handicapped, reverse cripples or something. Like the intellectual who has a huge mouth. I probably didn't understand it, but I do remember this section of this idea of people being deformed in a way, like someone with huge ears because they're very good at listening, but it's a handicap at the same time because they have all their being in a way in that specific area, and so everything else is weakened by that. And you think about someone who's as accomplished in his field as Garry Kasparov, one of the greatest chess players of all time, but when he expresses himself, he seems there's a lot of vulnerability and lack of control in a way, which is, I'm being very nitpicky, but I just mean to say that I'm doing this currently because I want to make sure that whatever I do in life, I am able to express myself confidently. and it starts now. Anyways, where do I go? There's two strands of information I was going through. There's the fact I'm obsessed. What do I say about the fact I'm obsessed with chess? Chess is just, I just like it. It's just pretty. I mean, everyone talks about, everyone, I mean, it's a cliche to say that life is like chess. Some people don't like it because it's a cliche. But the way that you play, the thing with chess, as far as I can tell, is that it's such it's so well made, the game, it's so pure in a way. It's so pure, it's so complex yet simple. I mean, you're always going to play a game, the way you play any game reflects who you are, always, because you are you. Just like as an artist, when you create work, it is a reflection of who you are. And it doesn't mean that you can look at an artist's work and know who they are. But there's something there. It's a bit like a dream. People, I don't know what the science is behind reading people's dreams, but I'm not sure anything, but I remember at uni I studied at college actually. I looked into nihilism and I looked into Sigmund Freud, and he's the father of psychoanalysis, and he's the one I think he's one of the pioneers of reading people's dreams. And he was more of an artist than a scientist. I mean, a lot of the stuff he talks about has been disproven. I'm not sure. But the point is, with dreams, I've heard many people trying to interpret dreams, and it says more about who they are in the end than about the person dreaming. You have dreams, you can't reinterpret them, the point I'm trying to make. We think we can, but usually they're far too abstract. And what I was saying is the same with art. You look at someone's art, and yes, in some ways you can get an idea of who they are for their work, but the way you interpret their art tells you about who you are. Just like when you interpret a dream, your dream, someone else's dream, it's not the artifact itself, the dream or the work, the art, that is teaching you. It's the way you react to it. Bunch of gibberish. What's that? What exactly forgot about doing? Just a bunch of gibberish is what this is. But let's keep going. So you play chess. The way you play chess reflects who you are. I know because I'm shit at chess, and I tend to rush and be overly aggressive, and I will sacrifice pieces, more like blunder them, because I'll be impatient. And that 100% reflects who I am. I went to university thinking to myself, this is make or break. And I don't have any regrets because I understand that our life experiences shape who we are and blah, blah, blah. But that was a sort of a blunder in the sense that I didn't maximize my experience. It's just like when I play chess, I tried to sacrifice a piece, but I actually just lost it for not much in return, if that makes sense. I guess someone who has a similar personality as me would get it quite easily. I tend to rush into things, be impatient, gamble a bit, and then pay the consequences. Talking about that, I was thinking of joining a charity, how we call it, program where they teach you how to do MMA. And you do a fight at the end. I do think that's something I need to do at some point in my life. An actual professional, no, would it be? No, it wouldn't be professional. An actual, how do you call it? I know it's an actual fight in a sport context. A few minutes ago, I asked my brother to try to just to punch me with our boxing gloves, and I was trying to protect myself. And it's such an uncomfortable position to be in, with someone trying to punch you in the head. Especially when I take my glasses, I'm so disoriented. And he got a few punches in, and I said, yeah, let's stop. This is very uncomfortable. And now all I can think about is that I would like to try that again. Weird how these things work. Let's return to the main theme of this. Well, actually, yeah, we are on that theme, aren't we? But so, saying no. I actually said, and so since I started working at my current job, I have progressively said no in terms of people work crazy hours. But it's impossible to work on yourself it's impossible for me to work on myself and on getting my life together if I'm working that many hours. Because when I'm not working, I am recovering. It's not impossible, but I want to live a long and healthy life. And there are colleagues of mine, who sleep 2, 3, 4 hours, but I don't want to die at 45, I don't want to die at 60. Like, there has to be a certain balance. So I started decreasing my hours. And every time I went to my manager to say it, I was apprehensive. But he always said, eventually I always got my way. And I'm realizing that I need to fast track leaving this job. I need to leave as soon as possible. And my mother and brother have tried to convince me that I need to go back to university to do a master's in film. And I am thinking about doing that. But yeah, saying no. I need to make good decisions now. I need to say no to a lot of things. Every day, at some point, usually at the beginning of the day, I tell myself, I haven't made any, well, that's not the word I use, but I'm not going to use the word I would normally use. I haven't made any mistakes today. I haven't eaten tons of sugar to give myself a headache. I haven't watched tons of mindless entertainment. I haven't scrolled through Instagram for too long. So these are the three, right? I mean, mindless entertainments, voice for Instagram or YouTube, and sugar. And I'll tell myself, I haven't done any of these things today. And then at some point, a few hours later, I think to myself, oh shit, I finished a chocolate bar. Or oh shit, I've just been scrolling for half an hour. It requires so much concentration to stay, just to do the right thing. To do the right thing. Not in a moral sense, right? Just do the right thing for yourself. It's not easy. I think when I'll do this video, I'll try something. I'll double the speed when I upload it. Why, right? I don't know, it's I don't know, it's a weird, strange thing, right? Because on YouTube you can accelerate or you can decrease the speed of the video while you're watching it. I never watch videos under 2x speed unless it's a music video or a few people that I like to hear speak. And I don't know, I've watched some of those videos that I make and I sound like I'm just fucking high and dazed and confused. I'm slow. And so I'll try that, I'll double them. I don't know, actually I'm curious to see, I don't know if that information is available. The amount, how much people watch videos faster, like how much they increase. I actually have a plugin or whatever you call it on my browser, so I can accelerate the video more than the YouTube browser or the YouTube player. So I'll go to 2, 3, sometimes 3.5, depends on the speed of the person speaking. Also, so the weird thing is also that when you see the videos, if I make a 50 minutes video, it's going to appear as a 25 minutes video. Of course, you're going to start it and think, what the fuck was it so fast? And then, but it seems like nowadays people, they do, like the content that gets the most views and that people consume the most is very fast, very short. And it seems that people do talk faster. So I'm cheating. I talk slowly, but I'll accelerate it in post. Yeah, don't know what that's gonna do. If anyone who comes, like, starts a video is gonna be like, what the fuck, yeah, fuck that, that's just weird. That's entirely possible. Don't do that. As far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a savage. But on the subject of talking fast, I have, one of my goals for this was to recite a poem every week. Unfortunately, I haven't learned this current poem entirely, and last week I didn't do a poem. Well, shit. I'll have one next week. How do I say this? Reciting poems is very enjoyable, and learning them, and having them. And the funny thing about that is, they have to be spoken actually, they have to be, or how do I say this? To enjoy them as the person's reciting them, I feel like I have to be even more, it's a bit like eating food. Like delicious food, you're gonna eat it slowly. If it's really, really good food, you want to get all the flavors and the textures, so you take your time, right? You savor it. I feel like it's the same with a poem. To be annoying, I'll start reciting the poems like at the dinner table. And my brother, who's, how do I say this? He's getting annoyed, but he can't help the fact that he has strong tastes. Like, he knows what he likes and what he doesn't like, and he has an opinion on why, always. So he'll be like, you're fucking annoying. But he also say, you're doing it wrong. It's not enjoyable to hear because you're not savoring it. And so, he didn't say it in these words, but we were both grandsons of our grandfather who likes reciting poems, so he knows what it's supposed to be like and how to do it well. All this to say that when he gave me that feedback, he was annoyed, he gave me feedback, it's not how it's supposed to be said. I did think, yeah, I'm not just supposed to learn it and then recite it like it's a chore or homework, or like the achievement is in having learned the thing. There's no achievement. It's actually about the pleasure of reciting it. And when I slow down to recite, and really, I keep going back to the food analogy, but yeah, really savor it and try to do it slowly. It's a bit like meditation actually. Yeah, there's a sense of, yeah. I need to stop the gibberish. Also, I'm supposed to prepare dinner tonight, and it's getting late. I don't think I have much more to say. No, that was pretty fluid at some point. It's getting less and less uncomfortable looking into a plastic box and talking. At first it just seemed like the most unimaginable thing. It's so weird because I watch videos on YouTube all the time and it's people talking into cameras and looking at them. They're just staring at the camera and they're speaking and they have all this energy and it's nice. But when you start it, it's like, this is impossible. How am I going to act? But the thing is, they're not acting like they're speaking to a person because you wouldn't be like that to a person, right? There's a certain intensity, it's heightened, the intensity, which you have to do because you're not in person, so you need to give more to compensate for the fact that you're just going to be on a screen. So I need, hi guys, welcome to another video. Please press the buttons and, hi guys, and welcome to another video for this week's podcast. So I'm so lazy, I could edit these. Like I've been thinking of the title as far back as I can remember. I've always wanted to be a savage, like just appearing in red as far back. Or even maybe like the title in Goodfellas, which was done by Saul Bass. And the red text scrolls across. But I wanted something more large and shit. And then when I say no, to emphasize that, on the screen, no. Maybe it'll zoom, no, I don't like these. But I'm lazy. No graphics and nothing. I'll just export it and that's it. And double the speed this time. But that's, how do I say it? That's part of saying no, right? Because that'll take time. I'm a dumbass perfectionist, so I would spend a lot of time on the title and all that shit. Oh. Another one bites the dust. That's 4. That's a full month. It's my birthday in a few days. And I don't like that time. I don't like the time around my birthday. Because I don't like the idea of getting older, as in, oh shit, my camera's off. Why is my camera off? That's not good. I plugged it, motherfucker. Oh, you dumbass. Oh, you dumbass. Oh, you dumbass. Just speaking into nothing. Well, I don't know how long. Who knows how long? You know, every girl. La 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 la. You know I will. Fucking Beatles, right? Who knows how long? Who knows how long the Beatles? Man, Google is such a fucking. I will. Such a crazy little tool. Well, who knows how long the screen's been off? I mean, who cares? Because, right? Like, yeah, what's the point of the video anyways? Who knows how long the screen has been black for? Okay, the sound is still recording. It's time to eat and watch a movie. So, thank you for listening. I bless you with the MG thing. What is it? Thank you all for listening. Then don't carry. And goodbye. See you next week.